Hi guys, Laurence Shahlaei here, current UK strongest man. Welcome to Big Loz Official. So today I just wanted to do a bit of an update. I apologise for not updating the videos as much as I'd like to recently. I've been pretty busy. Just had a baby, which is really, really great news. She's doing really well. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's been happening since my last update. Obviously, World's Strongest Man's now been on TV, so I can talk about that. What else did we do? We've got the World Tour finals from Manchester. So we'll start with that actually, because it was a few months back. The World Tour finals in Manchester, fantastic event again by Giants Live. Some brilliant athletes. Training had been going really, really well leading up to it. Unfortunately, a few weeks before, picked up a little niggle, and actually competing at the UK, so I picked up the niggle on my quad, which meant I couldn't practice the moving events. I didn't really say this to anyone at the time, but I didn't train them at all leading up to it. Very, very light. I managed some like 250 kilo speed runs. So I was a little bit worried about those events, but they went well. The only event that went disappointingly for me was the deadlift, because my deadlift was going well in training and it was 400 kilos per rep, so it was a crazy weight. But I managed to pull the weight and then I lost my balance. Standing on the mats, there's kind of little ridges on the mats, and I've always deadlifted just in socks unless I'm doing a powerlifting show. And I just lost my balance. Magnus didn't give me the down signal and didn't give me the rep. He's a strict referee, some referees might have given it. So it was disappointing, but that kind of cost me a lot of points as I ended up zeroing. If I got given that one rep, I would have gone into the Atlas Stones in first place. So overall, I wasn't too disappointed. I got a PB on the log. Decent performance on the moving events, and the deadlift just was the one event that cost me. And you find going into the Atlas Stones, you really need to be, if you're in a good position, then you're going to work a lot harder. Whereas it was such a close competition, the top 6 or 7 guys were only a few points between each other, and just wasn't my day. Go away and learn from it. Like I said, I know I can perform better on certain events. Log PB, I took that from it, and I was pleased overall. But it's been a long year of competition, so I needed a bit of a rest after that. And up until kind of Christmas time, really, I picked up an injury, really random injury. I was deadlifting on some metal blocks, which I probably shouldn't have done. Normally I use soft rubber blocks, and ended up having the metal go against the metal, just the vibrations going through my back. I ended up getting a problem with my back, and they thought it could be a slip disc, so I went and got a scan for that. And what's happened is some fluid has kind of gone into the disc, and it's kind of pressing against the nerve, which has caused me the pain. Luckily, it's been improving really well. I've got a great chiropractor, a great physio that's been working with me. We're pretty much back to where we want to be now. I've started very light deadlifts again this week. Very light for me is 225 kilos, but it is, that's nothing compared to maximum weights that I want to be back up to. Unfortunately, it means I've pulled out of the British Championships in January. I do plan on going up to support the guys and to watch the competition. It's always an amazing show. This year it's in a bigger venue in Sheffield. And because I'm not competing, I'll probably do a little review video on that. There's some really, really good boys in the UK right now, up and coming, and obviously the established names as well. So it's going to be fun to watch from the sidelines. I'm planning on getting myself in as good a shape as possible for Europe's, which is the beginning of April 7th, I think. So I definitely plan on competing at that. And then past that, going on to my 10th World's Strongest Man. It's kind of crazy that it's gone around that fast, that this is my 10th. I actually missed out 2012 due to injury as well. So I feel like I've been in the sport for a long time now. But I'm really enjoying it, looking to be in my best shape. Really focused. I've had a nice break over December. I was focused on Liz and the family, the new baby, but now I can get back into training hard. Injuries are pretty much behind me now, so focused on moving forwards. So we can talk about this year's, or last year's now, World's Strongest Man. What a huge event it was. Back in May it was, actually, believe it or not. You have to keep quiet for 7 months, which personally I'd love to see changed. It's nice having the tradition of Strongman at Christmas, but I think as a fan now, you guys want to see it much, much sooner. And I think actually if you're just a casual viewer of Strongman, it becomes really confusing to watch, because in December you've got UK Strongest Man, Giants live shows, World's Strongest Man, and it's just, Champions League all shown in 1 month, and people are kind of completely confused by the timeline of what's happening. So I'd like to see that change. I think the way the sport's going forward, hopefully we can make that change. The way people view TV now is completely different. So I'd definitely be in support of changing that. But unfortunately, it's not something I have control of. But hopefully, I've seen loads of posts online. People kind of, when you know the results 7 months ago, I mean, it's good for me because I forget what happens and I'll sit and watch it, and it's still entertaining. But I'd love to see it either show Strongman throughout the year or as close to live as possible would be ideal. But what a show, Eddie Hall, congratulations. First British guy to win since Gary Taylor in 93. 93. I'll have to look it up. But, what a great result. Making Strongman more popular in the UK. Hafthor, again, coming second on the podium. I think that's his 6th podium now. Brian Shaw, he's going to be hungry to come back, obviously, being 4 times World's Strongest Man. You could see the disappointment in his face, but he'll be back. As there's so many good guys right now. Lissis, great performance. Caron, probably the most underrated strongman out there, consistently performing well, coming 5th. I was pleased with my performance. Honestly, the events in the final weren't my favourites. Obviously, the squat was in there, and I like to squat. But you've got to remember, last time I did that squat, and I went full out on it, I ended up tearing my quad. So to get 12 reps on a 320 kilo squat is not too bad. I was pleased with that. Standard of the deadlifting was just insane. I think 6 guys at least did 440 kilos. And we're not talking about 440 kilos on a flexi powerlifting bar. This is a stiff axle after 12 events or whatever else had been done. The standard is just crazy. But overall, I was pleased with my performance. Came 7th in the end. I'm never happy about coming 7th. I always want to win. But I felt I performed to a high standard. And I feel like there's areas that I can still improve on and work up. And hopefully next year with better events, I can challenge for a top 3 placing. That's kind of the ultimate goal for me right now, is to get on the podium, and with a bit of luck in the right events, who knows what can happen. So goals for me for 2018. Obviously, I've said I've pulled out of the British. I just don't want to turn up in bad shape. I've competed for so many years. I've got to be smart and selective about the shows that I do now. And to be honest, if I turned up right now, I'd probably risk hurting myself again. So I'd like to give myself that longer build up towards Europe's, really get myself in good shape for that, give it my all, and then focus solely on World's Strongest Man this year. I want to be in my absolute best shape for this year's Worlds. I've heard rumours that it's going to be around May time, but that's just rumours at the moment. It can all change. But it'll be my 10th World's Strongest Man competition, so for me it's a big achievement. 10 World's Strongest Man shows is, I'm proud of that achievement, and I'd like to make my 6th final, so I'll be working hard for that. And then later in the year, I really want to focus on a bit of powerlifting. I plan on going well over 1,000 kilos raw. I've done a few powerlifting shows in the past, but it's always just giving myself a few weeks. Last time I was on my honeymoon and decided to enter a powerlifting competition 4 weeks later, and I broke the British record. Just in knee sleeves, so I feel with a 12 to 16 week build up, I can really put in a big total and perform well. But my main focus is strongman, Europes and Worlds. That's my targets, and the rest of the competitions I'll enjoy watching and supporting the guys. We've got so many big shows coming up. There's loads of live shows this year for you guys to come and watch. If you do enjoy the live shows, make sure you get to them. The atmosphere is amazing. You guys obviously help us perform to our absolute best. The standard just keeps getting better each year, and I'm just enjoying being a part of it right now. Thank you for watching, guys. I've got lots and lots of things planned. Please like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment on anything you'd like to see. If you've enjoyed this little kind of report, like I said, I apologised for not keeping it up to date. I just had so much going on, but now I'm really focused. We're going to try and push the page as hard as possible. So as much support as you can give me is going to mean I can give better quality content back. But enjoy your training, enjoy your strongman, and have a great 2018.